What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the ZD Toys Deadpool and Wolverine from, now you're not going to believe this, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, first off, I want to preface this video by saying, if my voice sounds a bit rough, it's because I've got a bit of a cold, my throat's been a little sore. It'd probably be wise to wait a bit and make the videos when my throat's better, but it's been like 2 weeks since I made a vid. And I just got these guys in like a day or two ago, and I've been really wanting to make a video on them, and I was like, I don't want to keep y'all waiting, so I was like, you know what, screw it. So yeah, if my voice sounds a bit rough, that's the reason. But yeah, I really wanted to make a video on these guys, and I decided to do them together as opposed to separate, because I feel like they feel like a pair. They're Deadpool and Wolverine, and I feel like if you're going to get one of these figures, you're probably going to buy the other two, and I feel like they share a lot of the same like flaws and highs with each other, so I was like, you know what, screw it, we're just going to throw them together. Why make you wait to watch two videos when you can get two figures for the price of one, even though that doesn't make sense. Two videos for the length of one? I don't know what the hell I'm saying. But yeah, these figures are very interesting because when I first saw them, I saw someone like post them randomly on Instagram, and I thought they were the Figure Arts figures because they bear a striking resemblance to them. And I was like, they're out already? I thought they weren't out till like next year. And I was like, oh, maybe some people are getting them early. I know like people get some early copies of figures. I've seen people with like the Hot Toys Deadpool. And then, you know, some people just like, and the people that were taking pics of the Legends figures. But then I saw some people that 100% don't get figures early have them. And I was like, what? And then I saw ZD Toys. And I was like, oh my god, I remember them because back in the Endgame days, they made a bunch of Endgame figures. And I really was wanting to get the Iron Man and Hulk from them because they never made Hulk in the suit. And I really wanted to get the Iron Man because it looked infinitely better than the Legends, but I just never did because it looked a little too big. But yeah, but these really struck my eye because no Deadpool and Wolverine merchandise is coming out anytime soon. The closest we have are the Legends, and those, at least that we know of, don't come out until December. Maybe a month or two early, but even then we'd still have to wait like till October probably before we get them. And I saw these and they didn't look that bad. So I was like, screw it. It said August 31st to September like 7th or something. And I got them even a week before then. So I was like, hell yeah, let's make a video on them. Because I was like, these are very interesting. I want figures from the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. I don't care if they're like a little too oversized for Legends. I just want something. Because I love that movie. Spoiler alert. I don't know if I'm going to spoil or anything or not, but I just want to throw it out there. I love Deadpool and Wolverine so much. It's such a fun movie. I love it so much, and I've been craving figures from the movie, and this is the best we have. So yeah, now they aren't perfect, and I'm gonna be real. For a hot minute I was questioning whether or not they were knockoffs, because they do feel like if you combined the Legends and Figure Arts figures into the same figure, you got this. And they do kind of have like slight knockoff quality to them. But apparently they're officially licensed from what I heard. Apparently ZD Toys are officially licensed. Which tripped me out though. But yeah, I'll get into their problems, their ups, their highs, their lows in a minute. But before we get into that, we'll get into the packaging and get them out of the goofy poses I put them in. Spoiler alert, one figure is infinitely better than the other. Yeah. The boxes, though. The boxes tripped me the hell out because they're actually really cool and really high quality. Like, taking a look at Deadpool, you got this beautiful shot of Deadpool with like a little bit of raised text for the Deadpool and Wolverine. Because I was like, I thought these were knockoffs at first because they look like the Figure Arts so much, but like kind of Legendsy. But like, I was like, I don't think knockoffs can use like the word Marvel Studios and Deadpool and Wolverine. I think they have to just throw some random stuff in there. So yeah, and then you got a little like word here, Deadpool logo, D The little Deadpool in the corner. ZD Toys, Marvel 1/10 scale Deadpool action figures. Then like some claw marks with Deadpool and Wolverine on this side. Deadpool in a provocative pose. On the back, more provocative Deadpool pose. Boom. Different poses with him. Like that's straight up just the exact same layout as like figure arts. I swear to God it is. And then like it opens up like that. Why is this? And it's magnetized. What? This package is insanely high quality. It trips me out. And then Wolverine, you got that beautiful, beautiful shot of Wolvie in the mask there. I don't care if it's concept art. It looks great. Then more little like Deadpool drawings. And then Wolvie looking menacing there. And then, you know, more serious shots of Wolvie in the back. And again, opens up. Why is the packaging kind of higher quality than the figures? Again, I'm not saying the figures are trash, but they aren't Legends feel. They definitely feel slightly cheaper and not as like durable and high quality as Legends figures do. Hold up. I said hold up and then I paused the video. Like, I could have just paused the video without saying hold up, but yeah, trying to get it kind of centered. My phone camera is odd. If you're ever watching my videos and things aren't perfectly centered, it's because the phone camera in the middle of the screen isn't centered for how the camera is. So yeah, anyway, I decided, I just remembered like figures I'd want to compare them to. But yeah, they're these figures, like I said, they're not bad quality, but they definitely do have a slightly cheaper feel, especially compared to something like Legends. They don't feel nearly as high quality as like Legends or figure arts. But again, they're not bad, and they're like average price of a Legends nowadays. So yeah, but Lord, I'm dying. Before we get into them, we'll get into their accessories. And this is where most of my problems lie, because despite the fact that they're stacked with accessories, there's a lot of problems with said accessories. So we'll get into Deadpool first. Hey yo, because he comes with stacked accessories. Although I will say the two guns are glued in or molded in; they aren't separate. But I almost forgot, the knife does come out and looks pretty cool. You can just slide that in there, and there is a hand that can hold it. Again, always giving him the like completely round hand like that. Very suspicious. Don't give it to a Deadpool. But he comes with two of them, of course, because you know he has two hands. He also comes with two pointing hands. Do a little bit of that action. Be like, pretty please, Wolvie, will you help me save my universe? Then he comes with a stand. Both of them come with the same stand, but and it looks cool. It has this really cool artwork, and it comes with this pole and a little like replacement thingy for some hinges. But how do you attach it? This end doesn't come off. This doesn't come off. So how are you supposed to get in that hole? I don't know. So it comes with a stand that I don't think you can use. Interesting. And we'll get to another cool feature of Deadpool before we get to my biggest complaint is his eyes are removable. You can like, I'm gonna try not to have it fly out. It's a little hard to get out. I'm gonna do it off camera because it is not cooperating. But yeah, you can remove his eye. It's just attached with a magnet, and he comes with two other eyes. A like more serious squinting eye, and then like a funny little haha eye. Cat hair. And they look good. I'm not gonna put them in because they're kind of hard to get out, but like, you slide it in there, and they kind of look good. I will say though, I think this leads to the eyes not sitting in perfectly, especially on this side. And the squintier eyes make his eyes look very far apart, so I just rock with these eyes. Although the like funny like tee-hee squinting eyes do still look good, but like I want Deadpool with a more like regular look to him. Now, the problem he comes with swords. This one is in the hand. Looks nice. You can also holster it in the back. There's no like protector, but you know, still looks cool, right? Yeah. Ooh. Completely knocked the camera. We might have done a face reveal there. Who knows? That sucks. I'm not restarting the video. It's been 10 minutes. I'm not doing all that again. Thanks, Deadpool. Literally breaking the fourth wall there. Ooh. He's got very loose ankles. But yeah. Be careful, though. Because trying to get into his other hand, I just straight up snapped the sword. I tried gluing it. It didn't work. So yeah, he doesn't have swords now, so that's fun. But yeah, that's a warning. That's probably gonna happen to you. Now to Wolvie, he comes with the same stand that's absolute garbage. Then he comes with some open hands, which look really nice and are painted pretty well. You got the claw thingies there in the yellow. Then you got grabbing hands, like climbing type hands. I'm not too sure what you would use these for, but they're there. And finally, the hands we all care about. He comes with claw hands. And the claws aren't too impressive because they're molded into the hand, which is good because they won't break, but then they don't look nearly as impressive. And it would be cool, except here's a problem. He has two left hands. Yeah. In the packaging, I was like, why are these hands so warped on the one side when they aren't on the other? And I was like, oh, it's because they're two left hands. So, yeah, he just can't have the claws unless it's on one hand, which sucks. Not that it looked phenomenal. It looked like that. Which doesn't look that cool. But it really sucks. Wolverine's main feature, the claws, I can't have him with. So yeah, definitely not like top tier quality. If you're buying these expecting figure arts legends quality, you're gonna be disappointed. But yeah, they're not bad though. Again, one is significantly better than the other, so let's just get Deadpool over with. He's the worst one. Let's face it. Like, I mean, just looking at the two, you can tell Wolverine's the better one. And we're just gonna do him first because we've seen this design before. It's just a slightly tweaked version of the first two Deadpool movie designs, and I've done a review of this guy. Go check out that vid if you want. So this isn't a brand new design. We've seen this design many times before, so we're just gonna run right through it. The head sculpt, I'm not a fan of. It's very sucked in, and like it kind of curves weird, and it looks really odd from a lot of angles, and then I just feel like isn't the best. But it does have all the lines, and I feel like his neck is also a bit odd, and kind of like protrudes forward or just doesn't like sitting nicely, or in a natural way. Of course, it's kind of looking like really good on camera, but trust me, it's oddly not as great in person. Then get to the torso, and there is a lot of nice detailing. I do like it. There's gold, you got the straps. This is what gave the figure arts vibes, the strap being like sculpted into the torso, whereas the Legends is a separate piece. Figure arts. Ba-boom. And he is a way brighter red like he is in the movie. And then you got his belt. One thing, though. Really, really thin. And then out of nowhere, wide. Extremely wide. The belt does not help it. He just gets really wide at the waist. And it's... So, yeah, not the most proportional. Yeah, the belt is picked out in a lot of nice details. Deadpool booty back there. And the gun's got, like, Deadpool logos painted back there, which is really cool. And you got all the straps. Shoulder pads are kind of like the figures as well. I don't exactly know where they're attached. I think at the top. I think they're, like, maybe at the top of the ball joint. Or the shoulder joint. But yeah, he got some nice detailing. And he's got this beautiful texture throughout, which I love. Love me a nice texture on a figure. They got the random pouches here. Coming down to his boots. His knees, knee pads. And there's a lot of nice line work throughout. And they got the padding. He doesn't have all the gold scattered throughout. It's really just in there with the middle line. Which, side note, beautiful design. Hate the black in the middle. Why did they do that? It does not look that great. They took the perfect Deadpool design and made it somehow even better and then made it worse. Like, yeah, and then he has the holster thingy in the back. So yeah, not awful. Like, he's got a lot of really good detailing, but like proportionally he's a mess. Also, these ankles are really loose and the hips are a little loose. And one thing I will note, which both figures have, notice how seamless, it's more noticeable. Let's say it on Wolverine. Notice how seamless the sculpt is. That's because, like, the ankles have, like, the joint, but then it curves up. Looks cool. Makes it look very streamlined. But when you go to articulation, it's really hindering. So, yeah. Don't expect to be putting these in the most dynamic poses. He also has this little thingy for the guns, which kind of, like, tucks underneath the belt. So, yeah. Deadpool 1, not the greatest. I'd give him maybe a 6 out of 10. A lot of proportional issues. But still not like a trash figure. Now, Wolverine, let's bring Wolvie in because he is the star of the show here. He is the objectively the better figure of the two. Like, he just proportionally looks so much better. Sculpt is just clean as hell. There's no weird proportions. It's all nice. It's fluid. Head sculpt looks great. The only problem I ran into him was that his shoulder pads came off easily. But that's nothing a bit of crazy glue couldn't fix, and now they're on there forever. Fun fact, when I glued these two fingers together. That was fun. Train. Wouldn't be a video from me if there wasn't a train in the background. But yeah, pop some water real quick, because all this talking got me yearning for a cough. But yeah, this Wolverine sculpt, low-key, looks really cool. And, like, again, seen the Deadpool design basically before. I have the Legends, I have the figure arts of the first two movie designs, and although the third movie design is different, it's still similar enough to the point where it's not like getting a brand new figure. But this is the one I was most hyped for, because I was itching to get a figure of Hugh Jackman in the yellow suit. Because my only Hugh Jackman figure is him in a shirt and jeans. That's not exciting. Give me the suit. So this one was really hype, and honestly, kind of lives up to the hype. He's honestly pretty cool. Because, like, getting into the sculpt, that head sculpt is surprisingly really well. They kind of gave him a full beard, even though he should be shaved more, but looks really good, especially based off, like, concept art. I do hate that they painted the black lines, though. I wish they left that off. But yeah, looks really cool. Yeah, Train's really letting it know that it's there. Then come down to the torso. More beautiful detailing and texture. Oh my god, shut the hell up, bro. We get it. you driving, Lord of mercy. But yeah, I love how this looks, and honestly, finally getting a figure of this design has oddly made me appreciate the design a bit more. Even if these figures aren't phenomenal, it still oddly makes me appreciate this design a lot more, even though I loved it from the beginning. It just looks really good. You got a lot of nice details picked out. And the back looks really cool. His little belt with the X logo painted on there. And then his arms. Looking nice with the claws. And then the shoulder pads. He's got like really wide shoulders. And the shoulder pads I feel like are a little small. But that might just be on the design itself. And then come down to his legs. Looking really nice. Hugh Jackman butt there. Then his boots looking pretty cool. So overall, he looks really solid. And honestly, he just holds up a lot better than the Deadpool one. But articulation-wise, they both have like the same articulation. Ball joint, looks up that far, down that far. Bobs, rotates, has a butterfly that hinges forward, hinges up about that far. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. There's just a ball joint at the wrist. Diaphragm, can move that far forward, that far back, rotate and bob. Can kick about that far back. You can kind of get a peek in there as to what the joints look like. A little bit of a thigh rotation, double jointed knee, hinge up and down, rotation, kind of a rocker, and a toe joint, which is wild. Then, of course, Wolvie has the same articulation. Nothing too exciting there. He does crunch a bit better forward and really far back. And a bit of rotation. Leg doesn't really kick nearly as well forward. And when you bring his legs back, they oddly curve inward, which is strange. Then not really too up and down rotation, not really a rocker, but there is the toe joint there. So yeah, again, the Wolverine's not bad. Honestly, Wolverine's like a solid 7 out of 10. Like he looks good. He still has the kind of same like slight cheaper feel than Legends, but it's not awful. And like I ordered these off AliExpress, so it's not like I was expecting some phenomenal figures here. I was pleasantly surprised by the Wolverine, and you don't have to buy them together. I want to preference that too. You can get them separately. I just bought them together because like I was like, well, he's gonna be a bit bigger to not really go with my figure arts and Legends, so I was like, I'm gonna get the Deadpool to go with him. And honestly, I was like, I just need something to hold me off until the Legends drop. And honestly, these are doing just fine. The Wolverine's definitely the superior figure, though. So yeah, comparison time. Here they are next to a Black Series scale figure. And as you can see, they're definitely some big boys. And Transformers? Yeah, Transformers Voyager class. They are next to Dinobot. Just got him recently. Bigger than the Transformer. Now for some 7-inch scale comparisons, where they're going to thrive more. DC McFarlane Black Manta, who fits perfectly in scale with them. And then Halo 3 Jazzwares Master Chief. Again, fits perfectly into scale with them. And now for some more fun comparisons. I almost said SH Figuarts. The Marvel Select line, I feel like, would fit perfectly. Here's the Iron Spider. And then the Mark 85, I believe. Iron Man. And yeah, that's definitely the line they fit in better. Because I don't think I know they're 7-inch because they line up with all the 7-inch scale figures. Which sucks a bit if you were like really wanting some like 6-inch scale. But don't worry, the Legends will be here soon. It'll be all sunshine and rainbows. But yeah, now for some Deadpool fun and Wolverine fun. here they are next to the figure arts, or figure arts. I keep saying figure arts. Deadpool, and hooey, he is tiny compared to these guys. But you can see there's definitely a lot of similarities between these two. I wish they shared a similar head sculpt, because this is my favorite head sculpt on a Deadpool figure ever. It's just so good. Then the Legends movie Deadpool. And yeah, they're definitely a bit bigger, which kind of sucks. But you know, it is what it is. Then movie Hugh Jackman Wolverine. And yes, complete vibe switch for Wolverine, as Wolverine should be really small, but this one's towering. And now for some comic boys. Comic Deadpool. And finally, our short king, previous review, astonishing Wolverine. Go check out that vid. And yeah, the poor guy, he doesn't stand a chance height-wise. So yeah, do I recommend these figures? I know I've been kind of ripping on them, but they're not bad. They're like $25 each, which feels a bit steep. Most of that. Lord. Some water. I'm convinced most of the budget went into the boxes, because the boxes are actually phenomenal. But yeah, they're not... You're not going to pick these up and be mind blown. They're not going to be your favorite figure of the year. But they're not bad. If you think they look cool and you got the money, I'd say go ahead. If you desperately really want some Deadpool and Wolverine movie figures, then hell yeah, get these. They're definitely pretty solid, and they're solid enough to keep you entertained and get that fix in until the better figures arrive. Also, completely forgot to mention, but it looks like he just has like pant strings just sculpted there, which is really odd. Like he's wearing sweatpants underneath. But yeah, but I will say, if you could, like, if you're like, I can wait till December for the Legends, I would probably say that, because they are, number one, these are 7 in scale, and they do have, especially Deadpool, a lot of problems. And if you're like, I can wait till December to get the, which will obviously be better versions, like the Legends, then I'd probably say that. But if you do want some, like, pretty decently cool and decently fun, like, Deadpool and Wolverine figures, then yeah, I'd recommend them. They're nothing great, I'll say that. But they're not bad either. They kind of just fall into the perfect, like, middle range, where they're not like, oh my god, these are awful figures, but you're not gonna be like, oh my god, they're so great. Yeah, Deadpool's, like I said, maybe a solid 6 out of 10. Wolverine's a solid, like, 7.5 out of 10. Like, Wolverine's actually a really cool figure. Deadpool, not so much. But, you know, they make a good pair together. And I don't regret the purchase, and I'm definitely happy to have some movie figures of these designs. Can't wait to get the Legends, though. But as it stands, these two are still pretty cool. So yeah, that's my review. I feel another cough coming on, dear God. But yeah, check out my Instagram, MoonandXO. Talk to me there. I make a lot of music posts, album reviews, stuff with guitars and all that. I say I do that. I haven't uploaded one in like 2 months, but... And I also post my story daily, so if you just want to see what music I'm listening to. I'm really obsessed with Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino by Arctic Monkeys right now. Obsessed with that. So obsessed that the day after I listened to it, I got it on vinyl. I really want to do a vinyl collection video. One day. There's a lot. So I'm definitely going to have to get it prepared. And that'll probably be a face reveal too, because I don't know if I want to have to hold them in front of the camera the entire time. But yeah. Also check out previous reviews, like, subscribe. A lot of Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. Probably going to be, I don't know if there's going to be more or not. Definitely going to be when, like, the movie figures drop, but this might be the last, like, proper Deadpool and Wolverine vid, for a while at least. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully had a wonderful day, and peace.